They want to say she did it. Anyone come in my house and put camera. You can't even trust the on water and the on fodder. And then y'all try to switch the narrative. There's the people that is a garbage. So you was willing for her to lose her whole family, knowing that your husband, your brother, your cousin, your sister did that, instead of getting justice? Or because they're not that type of people. They're not that type of people. How you know? You know that? You don't know nobody. Welcome to Tasha Reacts. Welcome to Tasha Reacts. I hope everybody's doing well. We're doing good in the hood. Hi, my name is Tasha. I do have another channel called Tachassociety where I do everything beauty, hair, makeup, whatever I feel like doing over there, mostly hair. And I do have another channel called Tasha Jean where I do story time. So check me out. I'm gonna put my disclaimer. If the person comes up to me and say, hey girl, you don't have the right to be sharing my video, I will take it down because I don't care. I usually leave the person's information down in the description bar. If it's a TikTok handle, leave their TikTok information towards the end. I want to say thank you guys. We are almost at 400 subscribers. Thank you so much. As you guys know, I did have emergency surgery, so I am healing. I'm trying to like rest, but I was like, I don't want to just sit here all day just sitting. But it did take me forever to do this makeup look and this hair look, because I was not feeling good. I am in pain, and I have to know that I'm in pain. So I need to rest. But I want to thank everybody who wish me well wishes and prayers and all that. Kind of was a scary situation. Never went through a procedure before, but it is what it is. Everything happens for a reason. Like I said, baby, we're moving on up to the east side here, and the devil seen that. He tried to put me down, but baby, I'm hustling harder because I believe in my heart. I'm here to break generational curses in the name of the Lord. Hallelujah. Well, let's get. So my boo, Relly Brownie Lewis, did send me a couple of videos, and I tell you that every time somebody send me, I think she sent me the last video too. I just noticed it was her because I have them all in my queue. Baby, when the whole CapCut thing shut off, I do edit in a lot of softwares. I am a type of person, I'm a very visual person with editing, but CapCut is where I do all my editing for my reactions, and all the videos were like trapped, baby, and I end up deleting the CapCut, and then the Wiz, say, surprise, he's back, less than 15 minutes. So I don't know, I can't get CapCut back, so bear with my new editing. I've been trying. Get started. Alright. Oh, forgot to say. So this probably will be a part 1 and part 2. Yeah, part 1, part 2 probably type of situation. Baby, if you see me moving, I'm a little bit uncomfortable. I do have my heating pad here. So if I'm moving like a crazy, okay, it's because I'm still in a little bed. I'm still in a little bed. Okay? Alright. Okay, I'm still in a little bed, okay? So, let's get started.
Of course the world makes everything different, especially when you have social media available at the hands of people who do nothing but start trouble and lie. Now, these children in the photos are my children. They are the same children. Him up here is their biological father, and him down here, he's their stepfather, because I married him. Now, both of them have been unalive. Y'all got that part right. Both of them were in these children's lives. Y'all have that.
That's so sad for the kids too. Like, and he seemed like a very, you could tell when a dad is a dad to a kid. You know what I'm saying? Like, I be watching like videos when people be like, I would never guess would ever kill my kids because he's so great, and the kid is mad standoffish. You can tell by a child's body language. You can just look at the way that stepfather loved those kids. You can tell that the kids really loved him. You know what I'm saying? There is, like, you know, I'm not saying the dad wasn't good. I don't, you know, but I'm just saying, like, for you to step in and love those kids and then they lost their dad, and to lose their stepdad, my condolences to them. You know, of course to her too, but the kids, that hits a little different.
Have that right. Now, what I have wrong is that he unalived him. He was unalived in 2012, and he was unalived in 2023. He had no clue about who he was. Now, because he was very popular, everyone knew him, so he did know him, but they weren't friends and they did not be. I was taken to court back in 2023, a couple of days after his passing, over it being said that he unalived him, in which we come to find out that that was a lie. And everyone in our city, which is Louisville, they know that he been gone for 12 odd years or whatever. Now,
I wonder how a rumor like that started. The man died since 2012. This one died 2023. So how you going to go to court for somebody that like, y'all don't have court records for that? First of all, I would not go. Baby, I'm mourning. I lost my husband, and now you're accusing my baby daddy that been dead for like forever years to kill him. What is it? Can you be, even the court system stupid? What's going on? We don't have the time. We don't have a death certificate. You wasted this poor lady's time because they're accusing her ex, her baby daddy, to end her husband's life, and he been gone since 2012. I don't know.
I want to know what happened to him, because this is the story. This is what's bringing most of you to my page and finding me through Instagram. When y'all see me comment on different little posts and stuff like that, then he's what's drawing y'all to me. We'll get back to that in just a second. Both stories have been on the news, but his story is what's shocking everyone and what happened to him. It's not him, and they are not the same person. I know a lot of people are commenting on pictures like, well, if your husband been gone since 2012, how's your husband gone in 2023? Did you get married twice? Did you do this? Did you do that? All of this different stuff that y'all get mixed up because of some of the people that are commenting. Those are spam comments, and those are people that don't even know the story or even know us. So that's kind of what's taking place, that's making y'all come over here, I guess, to now TikTok. So I'm posting it on TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram so that y'all know these are two different stories. Now, his story is still in the news because they were going to go to trial, but they're being offered deals. So that's kind of what's going on with him. And then his family don't bother me. His family does. It's a difference. Y'all just mixing up too many things.
I think that the husband's family is going to bother you, the newest one, because number one, they're mourning. And a lot of people, when they mourn, some people mourn anger, some people try to point the finger, and some people try to take control of, like, it's like a guilt because they were never really there for that family member. So now all of a sudden they want to act like they know when you wasn't there, and she was going through all the heartache and all the pain and going through all the ups and downs, mixed emotion. Nobody knows him more than his wife, no matter mama, sister, cousin. I know that's my cousin, that's my brother, and baby, he lived with her. Baby, nobody could tell me. If somebody came up to me about Tasha, I swear I know him. I'm like, I understand your mourning, but she knows him better. Whether she hated him or love him, she lived with that man. She have intimacy with that man. She was riding there like a pony with that man. That man is going to be way more vulnerable and way more real and way more honest to her. You know what I'm saying? But I'm an outsider looking in, so I don't know the relationship, but
Okay, now here's the story time behind why my husband was unalived.
did it say when your father-in-law and brother-in-law unalive your husband in front of, what is it? In front of you? But everyone wants to blame you because the entire family lacks accountability. They want to say she did it. Anyone come in my house and put camera. You can't even trust their own water and their own father. Hey! And then y'all try to switch the narrative. There's the people that is a garbage. So you was willing for her to lose her whole family, knowing that your husband, your brother, your cousin, your sister did that, instead of getting justice? Or because they're not that type of people. They're not that type of people. How you know? You know that? You don't know nobody.
It was all over his car, a truck at that. Nothing in this world is worth losing your life over, especially not something materialistic. Now, this man right here is my husband's father. This young man right here is my husband's brother. Unfortunately, them two together unalived my husband last year on May the 3rd, 2023, right in front of me. When I say I couldn't believe it, I couldn't believe it. It was not expected. Now, he went to a car shop and picked up my husband's truck without my husband's permission, okay? Them two and my husband used to be together every single day. My husband would go over their house because them two lived together. Well, he lived with him. My husband would go over their house. I would go over their house. They would come over our house. He would use my car every day. The father would use my car sometimes when his car would break down. We were all just so close. So this was not expected. This isn't like this is a...
Those are the people that are the devil. I met some good, like men that's family, good. Some good men. I can't say. I think the only person's mama that kind of treated me bad was my daughter's father's mama. That's the only one. Her and the sister together. They didn't like me. It's okay. Understanding. But everybody's mama, I will say I got along with. I was always the girl, my daughter, my boo, my this, my girl, my pretty girl, my princess, my da da da. There's some men's mama that still tell their mama like, yo, Tasha, my mama still talk about you. You feel me? But I always tell people, I always respect the next woman because I never want to be that girl that come to the barbecue like, oh yeah, that's and I'm the ex-girlfriend. No. I want that woman to feel as if that she's the only one in the world. I know how that feels. When I dated my son's father's family, I'm telling you, they love me so much, baby. But I felt as if it was more, my son's father was hurt about his baby mother. So they wanted his baby mother to see, yeah, he upgraded, he moved on, she got a job, she got this, she's beautiful, she's that, she's this. I don't think, I really thought these people loved me, but I felt as if the only reason why they were happy for their son because their son, went through a lot with the baby mother, and then now the baby mother moved on. And as a lot of you guys know the story, his father was the reason why I went to jail. You know what I'm saying? And mind you, I always say that's one of the biggest hurt in my life because I loved my son's father. I loved my son's father more than I loved his mother. I loved his mother, not really. I loved my son's father's way more. Father. So more than I loved the mother. You feel me? So it was a different type of. So it's kind of I get it. It's more of a betrayal because, for example, if that happened to me, right, and that was my son's father who got ended, and his brother and father ended the son, their family would do the same thing to me. Because in their mind, they feel as if their family could do no wrong. I heard such horror stories of how bad the family treated a lot of people that resided with that family. And when I used to tell sisters, nah, they're lying. In her mind, I even witnessed how bad her brother treated his girlfriend. Trash, man. My son's father, used to always go dang, Tasha, I'm happy she's free. But, in a way, when they were all together, they would sit here and blame the girl for him. Oh, he loved her, he never, nah. And I used to argue no, and then the father started saying, well, maybe she's right. But I know how it is for people's family to ride or die, even if the person's a piece of shit.
is a long lost dad that he wasn't cool with or anything like this. That's why people are calling it weird, odd, saying that it really, there's no possible way it happened. They're saying that the devil overtook his body. I mean, I've heard everything under the sun except people taking accountability that this was just unhinged and sick, to say the least. Now, what you see right here are two people that have no remorse. Not one time have they asked to speak up and say, I'm sorry. Not any time have they said, we don't know why we did it. He's pleading insanity. He's pleading self-defense. Like I said, me and my husband had got up that morning, did a few, parent things, like he took the kids to school. I laid around in the bed. I said I was going to cook breakfast, but I didn't. But obviously he knew that I wasn't going to cook breakfast because he stopped at McDonald's and got him and the kids. My husband did. He stopped at McDonald's and got him and the kids breakfast. So he just knew, oh, yeah, she ain't getting up. She had just cooked. I had just cooked the full dinner the night before. So anyways, after dropping the kids off at school, he came back home. We got in the shower together. We got back out. We talked for a little bit. We played around. We always play fault. So we played around for a little bit. Then we got ready for our interview. We went to our interview. We seen his uncle. We saw my husband's uncle at our interview. We talked to him a little bit. Everything was cool. He ended up asking my husband what was the... He ended up asking my husband what was the, timing on getting his vehicle back. Speaking of the truck, because we were in my Charger at the time. So he ended up calling his dad. And so when he called his dad, my husband, he ended up calling his dad. When he called his dad said, you can come get these MF and keys. But none of this is going to make sense if I don't go back and tell y'all how we even got here, okay? Because it's about to get really, really crazy.
And you wouldn't even think that, because sometimes some people get mad about, yo, you can come get your effing shit, da-da-da, because that's family. You get mad, you take things personal, because it's, who would think that you were taking the boy's life? I'm scared to live now. That's your child, that's your blood. Why? All that for a car. I don't care even if the person disrespect you. Like, people will end you for money. This is my money. I don't have to give you my money. I don't have to give you my car. I don't have to do anything. I do it of the kindness of my heart. Even if you did something nice for me, I still don't have to do it for you. I don't have to. I can do it. I can be kind and do it, but I don't have to do it. Thinking about that. I don't have to do nothing.
And really, when you really sit back and you think about it, you like, these two men really got together, came up with a plan, and did this to their own blood family member. They did. I seen it with my own eyes. And I didn't even have to say anything because they had cameras inside of their house. So the police have the cameras.
Oh, it's inside of their house. I don't know why I was thinking of inside of her house. Oh. So they have proof that they did it, and the family still said it wasn't them. It wasn't me. Okay, Shaggy, it wasn't me. They have a proof in the camera. They have a proof in the camera. I don't think that she was a body double. That wasn't her. They have a proof. No, the family. No, that's not them. That's not. No, the devil. The devil make them like that. The devil. Sometimes you gotta take accountability that people are a piece of shit. Sometimes you gotta just take that accountability. I don't want to hear nobody tell me, oh, that's not like my dad. They must have did something. When you end someone's life, that is like your dad. That is like your mother. That's like your sister. Whoever did it. If anybody in my family ended somebody's life, it will hurt me because I love you. But baby, I will be in the testimony. I'm so sorry. I love my cousin, but whoever, I will be sitting in that family side. I'm sorry. If she try to eat and you too, and you both in a battle, you happen. That's different. Now I'm going to be gang with my family because that was self-defense. But I have to see the proof. I have to see the proof. That's self-defense. I have to see it with my eyes that it was self-defense. Sometimes you gotta just take accountability. People are bad, no matter how much you love them. That's like me having my children. I love my children with all my soul. But if my children are, baby, I'm sitting with the family. Baby, I will always love you. But baby, sometimes I gotta show you. Because if their family did that, I would want the same respect. No matter how much I love you, you're my kid. But baby, I raised you better than that. You're not God. Who the hell you think you are to take in someone's life?
They had cameras outside of their house. Their neighbors had cameras outside of their house. There were witnesses outside, like people that work for the water company and the electric company that's here in our city. I don't know. I don't know. Just bear with me though. Okay, so last year, my husband had took his car to his truck to a car shop. He got a loaner car from the man. He drove out, went to go pick up our son from school. When he got down to the track field, the track meet or whatever that my daughter was having, because my daughter was running that day. When he got down, him and his friend, they came together in this loaner car. He came down to the track field. The track field, as soon as he put he gave me my husband in my hand and said that he would be right back. Police, I'm talking about so many police officers came from nowhere. I mean, just everywhere. I meant, we hadn't even seen them. They were blending in. I was just walking out the track and field because my daughter had already ran once. So I was walking out of the track and field. He was walking in to give me my son, and then he was going to walk back. But police came from everywhere. So everybody around here, I'm talking about hundreds of people, get down on the ground. So everybody got on the ground, but me, I know I ain't did nothing. So are we in a movie? Get on the ground in front of my son? I'm not doing it. And I told them, I'm not getting down on the ground. I have to protect my baby. I grabbed my son and hugged him, turned my back to the police officers, and I told my son, start walking towards your sister, and that's what he did. As he's walking towards, the police said, you can give them to your daughter or whoever she is, but we need to speak with you. I said, what's going on? I talked to them and I said, what's going on? They said, this car that your husband is in has been reported for a robbery that happened days ago. A robbery? He wasn't in this car days ago. He was in his own car days ago. What do you mean? So that happened. He got locked up. My husband's in jail.
That is so embarrassing. Oh man. And I believe there's hundreds of police. Because, baby, even my little situation, I seen the cops. I said, all this for little old me? Little old me? Why are you people coming deep? 3 police cars, everyone outside, laughing, celebrating for little old me. That's so embarrassing. And it's just even if you're innocent or not, just because now everybody has the image, rumors start. Did you hear her husband robbed? And did you hear? That is so embarrassing, especially if he didn't do it.
In jail and calls me to tell me which lawyer he want to use this time, because he was always in and out of trouble for stuff that had to do with his family and just all this different stuff. It was always something with somebody. I'm gonna get into that next. So he goes to jail. He calls me from jail. We're talking about the lawyer. He says, just go over to this car shop and go ahead and pick up my car in the morning. And because I don't want him to keep my car over there just sitting, and I don't want anybody to steal my car. I said, okay. I calls the car place and I say, hey, I'm going to pick up the car in the morning. This is, Jacoby's wife. They say, no, you're not. I said, yes, I am. He said, no, you're not. His brother already picked up the car. I just talked to his brother. Now, he was talking about he just picked up the car, but I was thinking the other little brother, because that's something that he would do. And he's a little unhinged too. So I said, you know what? I'm going to call all of them. Called the first little brother that I thought it was originally. He started cracking up laughing, and I was like, you know, what's funny? He was like, man, tell Tef, because I used to call my husband Tef. He said, tell Tef, call me. I said, all right. I got mad and I just hung up because we ain't really got nothing to talk about. I don't really deal with y'all family anyway. But the fact that you're laughing and y'all playing games about where my husband struck is, I'm not even about to do it.
This is why when people say, I don't deal with the family anyways, that's the family that you need to be careful. I feel as if, like, me personally, if I'm in a relationship with somebody's family, I mean, a relationship with somebody and I don't like their family, I will not be with you. And I know people say, what? It's about the person you love, baby. When people don't like you, they will do anything to destroy that relationship. Even if they have to end you and your children. I don't want to be a part of it. I don't want to be in any type of situation. If I'm with a man and the man's mother, I knew how it felt for a man. Like, my daughter's mother did not like me. And baby, she showed me. She called DCF on me about 17 times. She called the school on me. She called everything on me. She tried to do everything in her power to destroy my life. Destroy me. Child. And I said, all I did was have a baby. Baby, she hated me from the day I came. You Haitian? Oh, they hated me. She hated me. Oh, you Haitian. Oh. And I know how it feels when someone don't like you. You know what I'm saying? And I you know, like, even like my son's father's family, who I thought liked me, you know, towards the end didn't like me, you know, and they did everything in their power. If I'm with somebody's family that do not like me, I do not want to be in that relationship anymore. If their family is helping them destroy your life, I do not want to be the family. I don't know when people are like, oh yeah, I don't deal with them anyways. Nah, I don't want to be part of that. I want to be in a relationship that I feel love. Something happens to me that my kids feel love. That you would not know the difference if that's his kids or my kids. You know what I'm saying? And there's a lot of people's families that's like that. But I don't know what the what's behind it, but
Talks to my husband and I tell him what his brother told me. Say he was laughing. The tire shop person told me that one of your brothers picked up your car, but this specifically, your youngest little brother is just cracking up laughing. I don't know what that's about. He said, all right, call him on three-way. I called him on three-way. He told him that this little brother was the one that picked up the car, not him. Okay, so he calls this little brother. This little brother ain't picking up. They saying, so I calls my sister, because I know my sister, she be out doing her thing. So I calls her, I'm like, have you seen him? She says, oh, yeah. He just rode past me. I thought it was, Corey. I said, no, Corey just got locked up. She said, what? She said, well, somebody was flying past me and I thought it was Corey. She says, I said, right back over there where you was. Because I'm living way up at this time. I said, drive back over and see if you see that car. She said, I just rode past it and pulled up on it. She says, the brother raised on the window. It was him in the car. I said, okay. Gets back on the phone. Corey, he's blowing me up. If you know anybody in jail, especially somebody that got somebody on the outside and they know that they're going to handle business and he's ready to get out, he's blowing me up back to back. So when he called me back, I told him, this little brother do have the car. My sister just said that she just seen him. He's like, what? Ain't no way. Call him. I calls him again. He answers. Stop calling me. I'm busy. Who? You don't even talk like this. I know. I said, I know it's ain't. Sus, you can call me, but he can't call me. He know what's up. He really don't want me to start snitching on him. Snitching on him about what? What can you snitch on him about? Hurt. The floor is open. Tell it all. You feel me? So, I knew we had visits coming up, but I was already telling him, like, I don't know.
What's that noise in the background? It sounds like when you're in the Shaws and go beep, beep, beep. Like when you're in self-checkout, I'm like, yo, am I tripping? I keep hearing this noise. I'm like, am I bugging?
I don't know if I'm going to be doing the business because, like I said, I just had got off the phone with his little brother. We had hung up with his little brother. His little brother was saying, like, hey, you don't want me to snitch on you. You don't want me to snitch on you. But my husband wouldn't say that. in the mix before this video right here, before the visit, because this was the visit. We ended up doing it where I could, like on video, where I could do it from home. I could just pay for it and then do it from home. But before this video, I had been bawling my eyes out, because right after the phone call with his brother that one time, my husband called back once, but my cousin called twice. So I was like, let me go ahead, and I wouldn't, because I was still kind of like frustrated with whatever his brother was talking about. So I said, let me not answer his phone call. I answered my little cousin's phone call. She's screaming at home, and I'm like, what is going on? She told me her baby had passed away. So I'm like, oh my goodness, what do you need? Where are you at? I'm coming. She was like, well, we're gonna leave the hospital and get out of this stuff situation. I want you to come see me tomorrow. I said, okay. So I've been bawling my eyes out. You can't really see the picture up here, but I had like bags under my eyes to where I was like bawling my eyes out and stuff like that. So on this video call, he's like trying to make me laugh and all of that, trying to make me forget about what his brother said. At the same time, grieving or not, I'm not forgetting about what your brother just said on the phone just the previous night. But I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna just keep it cool. So we smiling and stuff like that. We having a good visit. Everything's going well, okay? Now, this visit did go well. We ended up getting on good terms, you know, smiling, laughing. I didn't bring it back up because I'm like, I got other stuff to worry about. I know that I got to figure out what's going on with my cousin and her I know she's about to be grieving. We're all about to be grieving. You know, we're about to have to be there and surround her with nothing but love. So I was like, you know, we had a good visit and stuff like that. I didn't bring it back up. So a couple of days go by, more like 4 or 5 days go by, and her baby's funeral come. My husband calls me today and like, oh, well, what's this stuff that I'm hearing about you got into it with my mama? I said, got into it with your mama? Now, where'd she come from? That's exactly what I said. I said, where'd she come from? She ain't even got nothing to do with this. He was like, well, I talked to my brothers and they said that my mama had already called my brother. This is his mama, my husband's mama, had called his brother on the daddy side, which like, for what? But had called the brother on the daddy side and was telling him, you can go ahead and keep the car. Just put it up. You ain't got to give it back. Why would you throw a wrench in the game?
How you gonna tell somebody you ain't gotta do anything? Let me explain something to you, mama. That's the wife. You are the mother. You have nothing to do with his wife anymore. His wife make those decisions. And I need women to understand that. If my son is married, okay? It's not my business no more. Just don't hit my baby. Don't beat my baby. Your son is married. You have no right or audacity to say anything. And I feel like women need to understand, when you're a mother, you raise your kids and then you let your kids go. You need to find a man of your own, ma'am. You can't tell somebody, oh, you don't gotta do nothing with the car. You don't gotta do this. Are you paying the car, ma'am? Did you buy the car? And why your son don't have his own car? Why the other boys don't have your own car? That they're using her husband's car that has children. Even if, I don't know if these children, I don't think they're his blood, but it doesn't matter. He chose to marry that lady. You have a discussion with her, whether you like her or not. But you can't tell somebody, oh, you ain't got to do this. You ain't got to give the car. Excuse me? Are they paying for the car? Or is the car under his name? Because if something happens under the... This is why that's why your son is locked up. Mama. I feel like a lot of mamas need to kind of know y'all place. Sit down somewhere. Relax. You can't call somebody about, oh yeah, you ain't got to give the car. This is not your car to give our authority what to do. Even if he's locked up, he's underground, that's her husband, and most likely she probably helped the man get the car.
Telling him that he can go ahead and keep his car when it's not yours, it's not his. It belongs to my husband. If nothing less, it would belong to me. And if something was to happen to me and him, whatever we own belongs to our kids. Always inserting yourself in the mix, keeping stuff brought up. And this little boy, you got this little boy feeling like what he's doing is okay, and it's not. Because one, it was some stuff that happened in the truck, not the robbery and then, because that was with the loaner car, but it was stuff that happened in the truck from what I'm getting now that we're in court, that he shouldn't even want to be in the truck. It was too dangerous to be in the truck. But okay. I said, okay. So I called the little brother. I said, hey, where you at? He said, I'm riding around. But yeah, I said, yeah, well, I heard what his mama said. He said, yeah, she did tell me that. She told me I could keep the truck. I said, well, you was with him when he bought it, right? He was like, yep. I was like, did she give him any money on it? He was like, nope, but that's his mama, so I'm going to listen to his mama. I said, okay. Hung up on him. Called the daddy. The daddy said, he been cheating on you, so you don't need to be worried about that truck. Just let his little brother, let the little brother keep it because he been cheating on you. I said, okay. This is where we going with this. I'm going to let y'all have it. He was like, but come over here and talk to me. I'm going to talk to you face to face. So I went up his house the next morning, which is the day of the funeral. I went up his house the next morning. I pulls up. I pulls right in front of the truck. I see the truck upside. I'm like, oh, okay. So I knocks on the door. He comes outside. First they answer. They take him forever to come outside. I knocks on the door. I said, come outside. I said, you gonna give me back the truck? I said, you could take. I said, this truck need to go back in the shop because it is something. It's messed up and it need to be fully painted. Cause he done took it out the shop with half painted blue, half painted black. I said, we need to go on in and I need to get these rims off of her. And I'm telling him like, I need to do this. I need to do that. And the truck got something. And I said, my car is acting funny, but you could use my car like you usually do. Why not? He was like, no. He was like, matter of fact, I'll go ahead and give you the, but he got like a, in his waist. But if you know me, I come from the streets. I know I'm not in the streets no more, but I come from the streets. I wasn't scared at all. I'm lion-hearted. Anybody will tell y'all that know me. I'm very lion-hearted. So I'm like, I ain't even thinking none of it because this is really like my little brother. I ain't thinking none of it. I'm just thinking this is a bunch of brothers and family members arguing over something so materialistic. I never seen so many people go through what they were going through about this truck. So I was like, okay. He was like, all right, I'm about to go get the keys. He acted like he was going to get the keys. He jumped inside of the truck. His girlfriend came running outside the truck. I got on heels, okay? I'm looking a doll, baby. I'm about to go to a funeral. I don't get on heels. I wasn't about to chase him. But I said, you know what? He jumped in the truck. He literally ran a whole gate. If you know about elementary schools, most of them got gates around them. He ran over the whole elementary school that's in back of the apartments where him and his daddy lived. He ran that whole gate over trying to get away from me. So my sister had already been on the other side. Remember I told you I talked to my sister about like a days ago and was telling me that he had the truck. Tell me why come he ran over that whole gate and went down it. The girl jumped out. She held the gate all the way down so he could smoothly ride over it. I mean, they really gone. I'm in my Charger. So at first I was chasing them. My sister said, we got to call the police. This is getting out of control. She calls the police telling them, like, come over here. My sister's husband's car had been stolen. Police comes and tells us, like, yeah, we heard it was a lot of ruckus going on. It was a fight. So whatever neighbor didn't call the police, they didn't say we was out there fighting, in which we weren't. Me and him weren't even yelling at each other, getting loud or anything. Like, but neighbors, that's what they do. And I understand that people are scared with everything that's going on now. So I said, okay. I'm gonna leave that alone. So me and him started texting. Me and him was getting smart with each other and everything because I've never had this issue with him. I've been with his brother. At the time he was incarcerated, that he got locked up about my husband, he was 19 years old. You hear me? I've been with his brother for 11 years. Y'all do the math. I used to watch his little boy. He used to watch my son. Their dad used to watch my kids. Like, we were just one little family. We had our own thing going on. We was all hustlers. We was all about getting some money. It was always that. It was never no complication. So I didn't understand what the biggie was about this truck. It's a Jeep Cherokee. And it had rims on it. It had music in it. But still, and it had like a loud, had that hum thing in it. So I'm like, is this what everybody, is it y'all want to joyride in? Y'all want to be seen? Like, what is it? Because nothing in this world is going to make me beef with none of my siblings. It's not. I'm sorry. I love my siblings and we're super close. So it's not. So I didn't understand where they were all coming from.
Yeah, like some people don't have that family life. Like I never, my family and I, only certain amounts, not all of them, but certain family members were very close. You know what I'm saying? And my family is very giving. Like, I'm a type of person, like, if I ask to borrow, everybody know, like, Tasha ain't bringing me back. But, you know what I'm saying? If they ever come to me and say, Tasha, I have a situation, I will give everything I can to make sure they're good. That's our family dynamic. Like, unlike, I met my son's father's, situation, and I think he was the worst dynamic. I would say, yeah, my son's father's situation. And they weren't family. They will act like they were family. The only time they were family is if it's drama, if they want to hurt somebody, if they want to do something evil. That's the only time they'll come as a union. But they were just so weird towards each other. It's like they all were jealous of each other. It was like a competition towards each other. Like my ex, when we helped him get a house, and his sister wanted to get a house, and then now his brother's talking about getting a house in Texas. It was a whole bunch of like jealousy towards them, and I didn't understand it because I never seen family like that. But a lot of people, you would think like, I don't know, it's always a competition with them. They always, sometimes a family member could hate you, you know, even in their eyes. Even though he's getting locked up, he's in trouble all the time, but maybe he has a relationship, he's driving cars, he has a woman that's holding him down, and it could be more of a jealousy thing, like, you know what, he got everything in this car, you know, I don't have a car, I deserve this, I deserve this. Some people just hate on each other. I don't know, even if it's like blood, sometimes blood is not like thicker than water, you know what I'm saying? Like some people just really don't like each other.
Getting over this truck. So, like I said, he thought we was gonna do it. It has to be chased. We ended up stop chasing him. We ride. I'm riding or whatever. I'm like, I'm gonna leave it alone. The police tells me he's gonna handle it. That truck was used where he pulled off on somebody, and it was a bunch of situations going on with this truck now. And it's like my husband, before he got locked up, about this robbery that he so-called committed. Well, they was thinking about the loaner car, but they come to find out, oh, he didn't commit it. They end up getting the clues and all that. But before all of that, his brother was strictly telling us like, oh yeah, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you, bro. He was over our house. We had just moved. He was over our house like, I'm proud of you, bro. Whole time you slick hating, you wanting what your brother got. You knowing where your brother come from, the struggle that he come from addiction, from, you know, being abused as a child, always been in and out.
That's why I used to tell my ex, when he got that house, he started inviting everyone to that house. And I said, you know, people are not really happy. People are not really happy for you. People don't really like this for you. No matter your mom, your dad, your friends, they don't really want this. Some people hate, like I bet you right now, if my son's father lost everything, I can even name the people, I promise you, that will come to me about, oh, you heard? Baby girl, you got your revenge. He lost everything. Those same people that were dapping him up, yeah, you got her out the house, yeah. When I was cooking and cleaning, I was doing everything, trying to hook him up with other women, and he's falling bait. And the same dudes that he was that was trying to make my ex leave me were the same dudes that were like, yo, you're a good woman. I would die for a woman like you. You can cook. You're pretty. You fix yourself up. I would die for a woman like you. Baby, and I learned, and I used to tell my ex all the time, yo, these people are not happy for you. And then he switched on me. But I promise you, when my ex loses that house, because I know it's going to happen, because I know my ex, because I'm the brains behind the operations. When that downfall falls and everything falls apart, I will promise you, I could even write the names of the people that's going to write me. Because then a lot of people envy my ex. A lot of people think my ex is rich. He's making money, so people hate on him. And I tell him, and he be like, nah, okay. You bring all these people, they're gonna drink wine, eat all your food till they can't eat no more. Celebrate with your new girl. Yeah, bro, yeah, you gonna get married, bro. Yeah, I'm happy, yo, you deserve this. I promise you. People do not really want you to be happy, especially if they're not doing the same thing. That's why I say, if I become successful, you would never know. You'll probably know by my numbers or if I grow, but I will not do life in my house, walk in my valley. No, baby, you will just see a white wall, maybe a little background, maybe a background of my room. But I want everybody to always live in a mystery. Like, yo, is Tasha doing good? Is Tasha okay? Does Tasha have money?
Out of jail from always defending everybody else. I mean, went to prison over somebody else's beef that he helped them with. So you know what he done overcame And you know how me and him wasn't on good terms a lot of times because I was always against the stuff that my husband was doing. And he would be doing it. I'm telling him, I don't live that lifestyle. I don't want that for me and my kids no more. So, he's finally getting on track. We getting some little money. Everything's going good. But all in all, these people was going off about this truck. All in all, I'm knowing that my husband got a court date coming up. So I'm like, okay, when I go to this court date, if the lawyer ain't saying what I want him to say to the judge, then I'm going to get up and I'm going to say something. And that's exactly what I did. He wasn't saying what I wanted him to say. I got up and said, excuse me, ma'am. We just took a couple of losses in our family. And can I give my husband a hug? I'm going through a lot. I mean, I was in tears. I said, I'm going through a lot. He's going through a lot. And I said, he didn't commit this robbery. And we did already got the proof. We didn't send in the affidavits. I didn't got a lawyer. I said, I'm thousands in now. I said, can I please give my husband a hug? She said, yes. She said, I've never did this. Put your purse down, your jacket down, and your coat down. You can come give him a hug. And I said, okay. So I goes up and I gives him a tight hug. She was like, okay. And then she said, you know what? I'm going to release him today. Was like, thank you, Jesus. Oh my goodness. The God is so good. So we went from that to my husband thinking he's about to get released. Tell me why come when he's about to get released, the prosecutor, his probation officer ended up saying, hey, you'll be getting picked up. We have officers outside waiting on you so that we can take you to the federal holdover because you've been violating your probation. We've spoke to your mom. What? I said, what are you talking about? Because I'm outside waiting to pick him up. I said, what are you talking about? He said, yeah. He said, I'll call you when I get there. Okay, so this is part 3 of why my husband was unalived by his father and his brother. Now, to leave off from where I was, to start from where I left off at, he was at the federal holdover waiting to go to court. He was going to court in a few days, but he just began calling too much. Now it was about this person wanting money, about his car. It was just like he was all over the place. So I'm a real mom, and I ain't got time to be sitting around on no jail calls. Plus, I work real jobs, and I hustle. Like I said, I do a lot of things. So I ain't have time to keep sitting on the phone every day, all day. I did my part as the wife, so now I was just waiting. So he goes to court, and the judge says he's going to be releasing him. So I have my brother pick him up because I'm at the track meet once again. It's another time my daughter's running. Anyways, when he goes to court and he gets released or whatever, now he gets home and he's don't have his iPhone, so the police, that's still in police custody at this time. And so he's texting on his other phone. He had like a little trap phone. So he's profusely texting. I couldn't tell you at the time back then who he was texting. Now I know because I have the phone in my possession. But at the time I couldn't tell you who he was texting. But he's texting all day, every day. Fingers going. I'm just telling him, put the phone down, chill out. Don't worry about it. We're going to figure it out. We're going to get the VIN number. We're going to be able to file a police report. We're going to be able to do this. I'm just trying to keep him calm. So anyways, that's not working. And like I said, I didn't know who he was texting. So now he's on the phone arguing with different people in his family, different friends. He's asking people to look out for his truck. If you see my truck, call me. I'm going to get my truck back now. Him and his daddy's on the phone arguing. His daddy's calling my phone. Then I blocked a couple of family members that was calling my phone playing middleman. So I'm just blocking people left and right because they really can't get in touch with him. Whenever the trap phone go dead, he had to wait for his friend to come over there to charge it up. So anyways, the day of, I'm talking about this man is sad and depressed for like 8 days straight because the 9th day is when he got unalived. Let's go to the day of. I know this is the part y'all been waiting on. Like I said, all of it up until the time we went to an interview and his daddy said, come get these MF and keys. I was so done with all of the arguing and all the back and forth. I didn't even say nothing. He told me, I'm about to go to my daddy's house and get my keys. I'm going to jump in the car with my brother. I'm going to meet my other brother. He's talking about the brother who was doing all that cracking up, laughing and stuff. He said, my brother said he's going to meet me over here. So his brother was like, meet me over your daddy's house. We're going to get your car keys. I'm going to go get your car. Because the car wasn't with the car keys. Like the car was like they had hid it somewhere because they knew he was out now. And I guess they was on the vine line or people talking or whatever saying Corey's looking for them to get his car. So we goes over to the daddy's house. You can see us on video pulling around. We pulling around. Corey goes, he gets out the car. I'm just leaning back because I'm texting on my phone. I got like clients and I'm on my social media. I'm just texting people and stuff like that. I ain't thinking none of it. I'm thinking they about to do the regular organ they do because this is normal for them. Like, they've been doing this for years. I'm just thinking that he's going to get out. They're going to scream in each other's face. They're going to throw the keys at him because they actually never even fought. Like, he used to be like, I'm going to do this. His daddy used to be like, I'm going to do this. Nobody ever did nothing. So I'm just like, it's another different day and I ain't got time for this stuff today. For real. I just want to go home and lay down. Because like I said, I was off this day. So I just leaned back in the car. I'm on the phone. And so he was knocking on the door. Then he starts banging on the door. Still nobody's coming to the door, but his daddy said, come get the MF and keys. Now he starts kicking the door. I literally beep the horn and wave like, yes, come back. Like, come on, get in the car. They not even coming to the door. I guess they playing games. Just come on. He's like, look back at me. And so he like, now we all know that he snatched the doorbell. He yanked the doorbell off their, like, the camera off their door. Okay. So I beats the horn again. Come on. So he turns around towards me, starts walking back towards me. He's not even like paying attention to what's behind him, and I really wasn't either. I'm about to lay back down. All I heard was boom, 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 boom. I mean, loud.
Did he even have a conversation with him? Wow. How you guys have the heart? Wow. Dang. If someone hit me that much, I'm sorry. I'm very sorry. I don't know what to say to you. If I did something to you in middle school, I'm sorry. Elementary, sorry. In elementary, preschool, anything, I apologize. I don't want nobody to hate me that much. Over a car? Wow. Wowzers. Wow. You didn't even have the audacity to face him as a man. You wait till he turn around like a sucker and you went bow bow bow. Your own blood, bro. Over a car? That's not even your car, my dude. It's not even your car. It's never that deep.
I mean, loud. His daddy came out the house with that Thule and literally all in the back of his head, all in the back of his back, all in the back. I didn't know what was going on. All I seen was him trying to still run towards me, and he was falling in slow motion. All I seen was his brother come out, hold the door open, and literally help the daddy do what they did. Then I ducked down at first. I thought I was in my neck because glass they had out my windows in my car and the side of my car. So I had went out. So
I'm so sorry. I believe you wholeheartedly. I believe you. And honestly, that's one of the hardest things. You lost your baby daddy. Now to lose your husband in front of you. There's no words that can help. My condolences. I am so sorry. That's just wicked. These people are wicked.
The car. I got out the car and I said, "This is your son." I don't like all that kind of crying stuff, so I said, "This is your son. You're going to unalive your son. This is my husband. Don't do this." They both just looked at me, and the daddy backed up and the son backed up, and they went back in the house as if nothing happened. I immediately ran to him, trying to pick him up. The dead weight was too much for me to pick him up. I'm so small. At this time, I was 98. I'm a little more than that now because I've, healed and grown and been to therapy and stuff. But I said, was grabbing him, trying to get him up, and I knew I wasn't going to be able to. The man from the electric company ran over to me because when the shots rang out, his tools were all over the place. I guess he was coming to fix something on someone's house or apartment or whatever. The tools were everywhere, but he came running towards me. He said, "What do you need?" I said, "I need your shirt, your belt." I said, "Anything you can give me off of you, sir, please give it to me." I told my husband, I said, "Lay down. I'm about to save your life." It didn't happen that way. It got out of control from there. I mean, it got out of control. I had to pause for a second, but he literally, we laid him down, me and the man. Some lady came up yelling, "Stop crying, stop crying. You can't let him see you crying." I was like, if you don't back up for real, like, we're.
I hate people like that. Like, mind your fucking business. If you don't call 911 and go sit your ass down somewhere. I hate when people always want to intervene in something. Shut the fuck up. Nigga, my husband is about to die. Stop crying, stop crying. Baby, if you don't go sit down and save your little Martin Luther King speech for somebody who gives a fuck, I don't right now. Nigga, don't fuck with me. Like, I don't understand how people just feel as if like they can just do anything. Come up to you. Baby, I lost my husband. I lost my husband. My husband is dying. And you come and stop crying. Ma'am, if you don't sit down somewhere, she lucky. Cause I would be like, yo, go somewhere. Go call 911. Go sit your ass somewhere. Go sit down somewhere. And you ain't here to help. Shut up. Save that shit for you. If that's your conscience, you save that shit for yourself. Don't come to me about that bullshit.
And you're in my ear telling me to stop crying. How am I supposed to stop crying? And so some other younger lady came and was like helping me, like trying to hold me and everything. I just started, me and the man from the electric company, we started wrapping my husband up. I mean, he tied the belt. I tried to do the tourniquets and stuff like that because I've been shot before. So I kind of know like what people did to help me. So, and then I watched videos. I went to a few classes after that happened to me. I was supposed to go to therapy, but I got up and did it on my own. I made it out the first and the second time. So I literally started tying him up. I'm thinking it's his legs. I'm thinking, I didn't know. At this time, I did not know that he was in the back of his head. I didn't find that out later till I got the report, the autopsy or whatever. But he just said, "Tell my kids I love them. Don't never let my kids forget about me." He said, "I want to go be with my granny." And if anybody knew my husband, he loved his granny. He was raised by his granny. He respected his granny. All he did all the time, all day, every day, is bring up stories with his granny. He talked about his granny. I mean, really didn't play about his granny. They were super close. And so all I did, I was just like, "Don't do this." I was telling him, "Don't do this." I said, "You're going to make it. You're going to make it." I got to tell him I love him, but he didn't get to tell me he loved me. All that he was worried about in that moment was our kids. I picked up the phone. I called his mom. She hung up on me because I don't like you. You don't like me. I don't respect you. You don't respect me. But in this moment, this is about your son. This is about my husband and saving his life. Maybe if he see the two women that he loved, because no matter what they went through, he loved his mama. That's one thing I won't. I would never take that away from my husband. Forget everybody else. Even though he didn't receive the same love in return, he did love everybody that didn't love him back. So I'm trying to call her. Edwin work, and I called the brother. I told the brother what was going on. He thinking it's a game. What? Put my brother on the phone. I'm like, the whole family is disturbed. Like, y'all think I'm going to call and play with y'all like this and I don't even like y'all in real life? Y'all think I'm actually going to call y'all seeing this stuff? I'm crying and everything. I need help. Somebody get out here. The police comes up. I mean, they literally came from behind me and grabs me up, snatching me over to the side. Now, at this time, I didn't remember that I had put his clothes in the trunk because I was thinking that I was going to be able to put him in the back seat and take off and take him to the hospital, but it didn't work like that. That was literally one of the worst days of my life, for real. Seeing that was tragic. And still, even then, I still got so much backlash. You know what? The person that had him told me, "You did this to my son. You didn't pray for him enough. You weren't good to him enough." What are you talking about? That's evil to say to somebody after losing their husband.
Well, I'm gonna stop it here. I'm gonna do part 2 after. So I'm gonna upload this. I'm trying to get back on in track of things. You know, if my uploads are a little bit delayed, it depends the pain or how I'm feeling. But anywho, I am so sorry. And the lady who sat there and said, this is because of you didn't pray enough. It's not like he got by an aunt or somebody that he had beef with. He was doing hood activities. His family did this. And his mama, because you hated the girlfriend, you didn't even want to even listen or talk to your kid. Ah, man, there's the people that say garbage. And I don't want to hear no one. Oh, you don't know what? I don't want to hear it. Ah, la, la, la. I don't want to hear it. Because I believe her 100%. 100%. You guys are garbage. I hope that burn in your soul till the day you go down. Because you're not going up. You're going down. And if God forgive you, I don't. No. No, that's just wrong. But anywho, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thumbs up, like, comment, and subscribe. Stay tuned for part 2. But we almost at 400 subscribers. I believe by the end of this month, we'll get to 5. I believe by the end of this month, we'll get to 5. Well, not this month. Probably February. We'll get to 5. Thank you guys for subscribing. Thank you for your loyalty. I truly, truly, truly appreciate it. And I'll see you guys later. Bye.